Okay.
Hey all, welcome. Welcome to SketchUp Live. You guys are all doing well right now. Oop. Kai's got the
That's some partial.
stream on the TV, chat on the PC, and a drink in hand. Sounds good to me, Kai.
That's a good plan. I might actually. I need to get a TV in this room and a drink.
No, I like the idea of just heading downstairs even better. I guess that wouldn't work for me.
Yeah, you're probably gonna have to explain what an ornithopter is
At
for
some
those
point.
that are not in the loop. So when you look up look on the Google and they give you a definition, it's officially, technically, under dictionary, it is a machine designed to achieve flight by means of flapping wings.
That's vague
Which
enough
will
to work.
it'll answer a question right up front that this thing you're making has to have flappable wings.
I think we can make that happen.
Yep. Yep.
Um, So I had a question up here about streaming on YouTube. We are streaming on YouTube. YouTube recently changed the tool through which you stream, though. So it's there. You might just have to go to our main page and like rebookmark or resubscribe. I'm not sure how that works, actually. I just found out about it like 10 minutes ago. But we are streaming on YouTube. If you go to our channel and you go to videos, you can find it there.
As is evidenced by the fact that at least half of the comments we've got so far are from people on YouTube.
That is true. All right.
Hey, look,
Hey,
I'm
it's
on your.
noon.
I can totally see me in the background on your thing over there. Ooh, goodness. I need to shave.
Okay. All right, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. So many welcomes. Welcome to SketchUp Live. We made it. Another Friday. So we really don't have any like housekeeping business kind of stuff. So we're kind of like just jump in and start, right? We are going to take a look at an ornithopter today. So here's how we got to today. Oh, hold up. I'm Aaron, by the way.
Hi, Jody.
So now you've met us. We're from SketchUp. Let's hang out and model some stuff. Sorry, jumped the gun on that one. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this one.
All right.
Uh,
So, just FYI, I got something weird going on. My computer thinks that I am typing the letter L or a pipe or a something.
huh.
Huh. Oh, I think I figured it out. All right.
It's that
Sorry
fancy
about
loud
that.
keyboard of yours.
No, yeah, no, I thought it was. It's apparently my backup quiet keyboard, which was hidden away,
Ah.
has my beer sitting on top. I mean, something's sitting on top of it. I'm just kidding. I don't have a beer.
My non-alcoholic workday friendly beverage of some sort.
I like just before this all started, I rebooted my computer because I'm like, why is that acting up like that? Well, that's what I get for setting stuff. This is a proof that I need to clean my office,
Once a month, that's what I find is a good.
whether you need it or not.
That's right. All right, so we are going to take a look at an ornithopter, which is a flying machine from the Dune series of books and or movie and or miniseries or however, it doesn't matter how you see it. It's that's where it's
How
from.
were how were you introduced to Dune, people? How were
Yeah,
you introduced, Aaron?
David Lynch, definitely.
David Lynch.
The David Lynch movie, and then after I saw the movie, I went back and read the books. Well, the first two books, and then I just started to get excited about the new one. So I never watched the
So
miniseries. I still have to do that.
did you find after reading the books, like when you went back, did the David Lynch movie get slightly less awesome?
You know, so here's what actually happened was I watched David Lynch, then I watched that documentary on Jodorowsky's Doom, and then I read the books. So there was multiple interpretations in my brain
Oh,
before I read it,
really?
and being a fan of like filmmaking and people, like Peter Jackson taking Lord of the Rings and putting his own spin on it, like I really like that idea. So I thought it was cool. I mean, there's definitely some parts that were missing. The Harkonnens were not nearly as gross in the book as they were in the movie. Like I was waiting, I'm like, oh, these guys are just freaks. Let's see what happens in here, and it wasn't there as much. So
Then you're like, oh, they're just humans with different morals or a different perspective on them.
well,
Okay.
they're still messed up, but they
Yeah,
weren't
well,
as
yeah,
messed
yeah,
up
yeah.
as David Lynch made them.
Yeah, yeah. No, they weren't like pustules and boils and what have you.
So, yeah. So the reason we're doing this today is you guys probably know we have started the fireside chat series every Wednesday. We can get a link for that up because we can't do our base camp, so we're doing a webinar series instead. We did our first one Wednesday. It was awesome. A bunch of you joined us. Thank you for hanging out with us. We got another one coming up next week. Next week is Chris Rosewarne, who is a concept artist for, amongst other things, a lot of feature films. So he's got like Marvel movies, James Bond, Star Wars movies, and coming up, he was a concept artist for the Dune movies. So we thought this would be a good way to plug that and model something kind of cool. So that's really our whole reason for doing this. We thought it would be a fun thing to do. I thought it'd be a fun thing to do, so we're doing it. I don't have to justify myself to you. Okay. So here's the thing with ornithopters. They're briefly described in the book. They mention the wings. I think at one point it likens it to a dragonfly type shape. But every time they've been seen, they look different. So David Lynch's ornithopter didn't have wings. It was like a hovercraft basically, or VTOL something or other. So it didn't have that. Some people have shown this image. Let's go. So we did, FYI, we have a thread going in our forums.sketchup.com, where people have been putting up pictures. This is awesome. This is the one official image that I've seen. And this is from the trailer. So this is really the only thing I know is real, is that. Thank you. I don't know, Justin, I don't know if you're on here or not, but you did point. I also downloaded this image or screen capped it out of the trailer when I was watching it. But this is the only official image I've seen of it.
And it doesn't give you much to go on.
Which I like, because I like the idea of maybe we could be a little bit original. I found another image, which I don't know.
We also can't say you're wrong.
That's true. Yeah, try it. So I know, I think it's awesome. People put a lot of cool content up here we can reference. I do like the idea of the dragonfly looking machine, and I do want to have flapping wings, because Jody, I don't know if you said that on air, if that was just us, but you found the definition of ornithopter.
Yeah, and Kai just rewrote it into chat as well.
Okay.
We could also, from henceforth, we'll just call them thopters, because that's all they really
That's
are.
what they do.
That's what everybody calls them in the. Yeah.
It's true.
That way, if you call it a thopter, that sort of makes you like, you're part of the in crowd. One of the cool kids.
That's right.
The cognoscenti.
Okay, so I found this image, and the place I found it said it was a set photo from the movie, which may or may not be true at all. This could be a total lie, but I really like the look of this. I like that round windshield on the front. I love the bug eyes on the side, and they got these big divots right here where I'm picturing like spheres with the wings sticking out, so they can actually move up and down, because they talk about feathering the wings, and so I want to go for something like this. And I do think this is real, because I mean, looking at the backdrop, this doesn't look like it's CG'd in. It does have what looks like maybe some paper right here that maybe was like to protect the glass from getting scratched while shipping. I don't know. I don't know how authentic it is, but I think this is the direction I would like to go with making this model. So with that, I'm going to kind of hop in and we'll start modeling. I do want your guys' input, though. I'm going to ask you for your thoughts on some things as we go through here. So let's do that. Let's get it. All right. Since it's not an image I want to trace, it's just there for reference, then I can do what I do. Oh, I do have to mention too, for whatever reason, like 2 minutes before we started streaming, my Keycaster stopped working. It didn't stop working, it started casting to my second monitor. So for some reason, all my keystrokes are showing up on a different monitor, so I won't have any keystrokes down below this time. We'll get that fixed by next week, I promise. I apologize if you're a big shortcut keyer. You'll just have to really pay attention to what I do over here. Can you make out those keys?
Or maybe what you could do is when you type a letter, just say that letter. F.
I've
S.
tried that. I'll see what I can do. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to go to my styles, edit, and choose my watermark. I'm going to hit plus, and I'm going to go to my desktop, and I'm going to grab that image and import it. I'm going to put it in the background, and I'm going to put it in the upper left corner, which is something upper left corner, shrink it down.
Left. Your left.
Leftish. All right, so that's, you guys can see that, I can see that, we can all see that. That's a good reference. Okay, so I want to start with a profile. What I'm going to do, I do want to make it uniform, both sides, left and right. I feel like most vessels are usually symmetrical. You notice that? Like whether it's a seagoing ship, spaceship, flying machine, or even a car or a motorcycle, they're the same on both sides. I guess us humans are big on symmetry. So let's see. So I'm only going to model 1/2. I'm going to make it a component, flip the components, and model just 1/2 of this at a time. So I'm going to start. I'm just going to throw a rectangle down. So the body's going to look something like that, and then we're going to have a tail sticking out like that. This is really kind of already coming together. So
nailed it.
This seems to kind of come up like maybe like that. Got these 2 breaks here. I'm going to assume the bottom is similar. No, I'm going to make the bottom a little different, a little bit different shape. There we go. And then it doesn't actually look like it has a flat top, so this immediately starts to come down kind of like that. And then I'm going to leave this bottom flat here, and I'm going to connect this with an arc. So I'm going to grab an arc. Let's see how that looks. Let's slide that back a little more. Kind of like that. The back, though, I think this needs to come down a little bit more. Oops. So I'm just going to move that down. Does have a long tail, but does look like this.
As I'm thinking about this compared to the old version,
Mm-hmm.
remember the scene where like they had worm sign and they had to get there and Leto Atreides was like, get down there and rescue those guys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like this particular ornithopter would be rescuing any guys.
Well, they had ornithopters and they had carryalls.
Yeah,
that was a different vehicle. Which I pictured like more like a, I don't know, like a troop mover, right? Like a big bucket in the back where people could pile in.
Yeah.
I don't know if they flapped wings or not, but
I just can't remember seeing anything other than that size.
Well, you know what? I do remember, like, if I think about it, there's a lot of stuff that I remember close-ups of, like, the Atreides being in there as they fly away and Kyle MacLachlan sniffing his fingers and, like, you hear his thoughts instead of what's going on around it. I think there was a lot of that to distract from the fact that they didn't have the technology to make awesome vehicles like this.
That must be it.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That stands to reason.
Okay. Good. I made that up. Sounds good. It's called movie magic, Jody.
For a reason.
That's right. All right. So I'm going to take this. I want to do this initial geometry in 2 pieces because I do want the tail to connect. So I'm going to grab this and make this into a group. I'm going to make this into a separate group. And then I'm going to grab both of them together and make them a component. This is a half-thopter course. All right, so I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna start by giving this a little bit of just straight depth this way. And then I was thinking I'll do something like bring it in like that. I wonder if I can move this. No. I forgot to get this split donut extension.
Ooh.
Or split saw. No, this would be a donut. And I've sworn off grabbing extensions whilst live modeling. That's never happening ever again until I do it again. All right, so I'm just gonna stitch real quick. Oh yeah.
That's the stuff.
That's good.
It really scratches a stitch for you there, doesn't it?
Boom, baby.
Boom, yeah.
Right, so I'm gonna bring.
I haven't even opened the beer yet.
Ahead of the curve. All right, so that kind of gives us some of that shape. It definitely bubbles out a little more, so I'm going to go offset this a second time. Let's see. Nope, still not quite right. Awesome. There we go.
You know, there's a sort of a distinct lack of greeblies on this to like mess around with after you're done. It's got a very smooth surface.
It's very, very clean. I'm gonna have to grab that the old donut splitter after this.
The old donut, what?
TIG's split donut extension will take geometry like this and automatically add all the breaks in. So this could be a one-button command if I had thought about it. All right, so I like that as an initial geometry. Yeah, I was thinking about trying to do curve aloft or something like that, but I want to see how far I can get with just straight SketchUp before I hop into the extensions. But yeah, this could definitely be curved a little bit. I want to take this side back down, so I'm going to grab this line. No, it's not going to work because of this break. Why'd you do that? Don't do that. Oh, because it's not straight. All right. Yeah, you're right. I'll save.
Do it.
All right.
That's the letter S. You press S for save. For those playing along at home.
Command S, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Sometimes I just do things and I don't know what I'm doing. All right. So what I want to do is I want to take this piece right here and just tip it so it like goes back. I don't want this to be a large flat surface. So I want to tip this back. This line is not actually on the green axis. It looks like it is. So to take a surface and rotate it along an off-axis line, I can use rotate, which is the Q command. And if I click and drag along this line, I get that black. By dragging along the line and releasing, it makes this the axis of rotation. So now I can just tip that down a little bit. Okay. I know I'm breaking some faces, but breaking faces. I'll get those in a sec.
Nice. You sound so tough.
Yeah.
You mind if I share a link to Crowdcast while you're doing this?
Oh, please do.
I'll just tell everybody they can't go. They can't leave this stream to go watch stuff there.
That's right.
That would be a faux pas.
So faux pas.
Ugh.
Right. I kind of like that. Actually, I don't like this at all. So I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna do this, and now I'm gonna do this. All right. I like that shape a little better. Nah, I don't like that shape better. Hold on, I'm just gonna get crazy. I'm gonna bring this all the way back. We're just gonna go like this. There we go. All right, that I like better. And now I'm gonna grab all of this and smooth it a bit. Okay, so that gives me my initial shape. Back here, in this group, I kind of have this shape that just, it looks like the same profile that it just shrinks down in both axes as it gets smaller back here. So I think what I'm going to do is, I like that length. I'm going to just keep that shape right there. I'm going to draw half the profile of what I think this is, and then pull it out, and then we'll just grab that end and shrink it down. So it looks kind of like this goes up. So we'll go from, like it goes up. And this does something very similar, but maybe looks like it has a little bit longer. No, I don't want to go that far. A little bigger on top, not quite symmetrical. If I take that shape, pull that all the way back to here, then I can grab that shape right there, scale it. We'll do an option scale to scale it this way, down this way. And we can so it looks like it's got to get smaller still. I kind of like that.
I wonder if there'll be many like really good shots where that's just sitting in the background while they're doing stuff in the movie.
I hope so. I am a sucker for like props and pieces, and that kind of stuff is so cool to me. I don't know for sure, but it kind of looks like, oops, go back into context. Kind of looks like this line right here. Maybe pulls out this way a little bit. Gotta clean that up, I think.
Ooh, that's neat. Huh.
And this is actually, I like this very much about SketchUp, is as I go in here and do my like preliminary shape modeling where I don't know exactly how stuff's going to work, the fact that you can just grab a chunk of geometry and pull it around and see how it's going to line up, how it's going to work, I really like that. Nah, I don't really like what I did here though.
Yeah, I'm not really. I mean, I want to be supportive somehow.
I appreciate that.
I'm not quite sure how to do that.
I appreciate that honesty. It hurt, but it was appreciated. All right, so let me try something different then. What if we have all these pieces come down to
on that point,
a point like
oh
that?
yeah,
that's the stuff.
Yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah,
no, that's the one.
You know.
Okay, I'm gonna grab this. We're not done. Don't even stress. We're still working on this thing. But I want to see what this looks like.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Wow,
it looks like
22 minutes, and you pretty much got it down.
Well, hope to see you on Wednesday. Okay, it's a little big. All right, I'm going to go ahead and grab this. Copy it over here. A little big
is sort of like saying, yeah, no.
Yeah, no. It is a little big.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No. I don't know. Norman thinks it's not. I don't know if he's questioning whether yours is not symmetrical or if the original is not symmetrical.
Well, it's got a,
I think,
this door is popping up. See that?
yeah, yeah.
I think that makes it look a little odd, but
So are you going to do? You see how it looks like based on the shadow, there's like a little recess on the back edge of that door, the front
yes.
door we can see. So
See,
that's where it's going to get tricky.
that looks like it's about helicopter size, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would say. I mean, you can kind of see the cockpit. You can see the seat inside there.
Yeah. Come here, Laura.
Might be a little.
Still a
Might
little
actually.
big, maybe.
Oh, yeah. It's a little big, but not.
That's not ridiculous. All right.
So how would okay? So Kagi said it needs to be big enough for a 4-person crew, which I'm not challenging that, but I'm wondering how do the other 2 people get in? Because it really looks like the concept art or the source image does not look like it would accommodate 4 people.
That does look like 4 people would be tight. Yes.
Cozy,
Cozy. Snug.
intimate, you might say.
All right, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to go to component edit and hide similar components. That way when I jump into a component, the other one goes away. I'm going to take this surface right here, copy it, come all the way out, and then paste in place. And I'm going to slide that right out. So what I have is a 2D outline of this whole component.
All right. Okay.
See where I'm going there? Because now what I want to do is I want to trace, because there's an indent for the windshield, and then that shape of that offset of the windshield is also going to create the indent for the door. So I want to create those shapes in 2D so I can pull them into the body, intersect them, and then work on that from there. So I'm going to start by offsetting the main outline enough that I get this windshield shape. So maybe something like this, and then maybe like that is my windshield. Can get rid of this, the rest of this.
Ooh. I think I found another source image. I'm gonna throw this on the forum.
All right.
Also, I found a source image for the bigger Ornithopter, the carry-all.
Ooh.
But I'm not going to post that because that was just.
Let's just not confuse the issue, right? Yeah.
Yeah. We don't need to. You can have too much information.
It is possible.
TMI.
So true. All right. So that's kind of my. I don't need this open like this. And then it looks like what we got is kind of maybe a seal there or something. So I'm going to offset this whole thing just a little bit like that.
I would not expect to see a seal on Arrakis.
It's a crazy universe, man. Looks like it's a little bigger on this side.
Yeah, I think a lot of the pictures, whenever I search for Ornithopter, a lot of pictures are for the big boy. Which looks a lot more military. This thing looks like a scouter when you're modeling. A little scout craft.
I read that, again, unconfirmed, that there might be some differences between the Harkonnen Ornithopter and the Atreides Ornithopter, so maybe it's something along those lines. But I don't know. Yeah. Everything is unverified at this point.
Did they say like when it's going to be out?
The movie?
Yeah. Like all the references are to Dune 2020, but is it going to happen?
That is an excellent question that I don't know how to answer.
Mm-hmm. Let's ask Google. Hey Google, when's Dune coming out? Can you hear that?
No. What'd she say? Did she just say, oh?
Oh, geez. She completely didn't understand me. She's talking about healing powers of the Dune seed, or I don't even know what she's talking about. You're dead to me, Google.
That did not help. All right, so I'm trying to kind of sort of a crazy.
Okay, I pushed another image he found up. Yeah, see that one Kai just shared this, but I think that looks like the big boy. It's got the wings all flapping in action, but like the front edges of it, everything looks much more angular than yours.
Mm.
You know what? Also, like from the picture I just posted, there's landing gear that is not extended, but there is landing gear on the actual. There's a version with landing gear.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
might be a good thing to have on a vehicle like this.
Seems like a good idea, and probably over-engineered so that it'll adjust for the Duney terrain, the uneven
The Duniness.
terrain, the Duniness.
Yeah.
Al Duney.
All right. So I think that's my door and window profiles. So here's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. I'm going to save.
Great.
That way I have a revert point if everything falls apart right now. Nissan, I apologize, but my key broadcasting software this morning decided to stop working the way it's supposed to, so I can't actually put my keys up on the screen. Like literally minutes before broadcasting, it decided that it was going to put my keys on the other monitor. So, and I don't have an option.
Could you maybe
to change
turn your camera so that it's focused on that other monitor instead of you?
Sure. Hold on, guys. Actually, I would, but that would actually hit the back of this monitor before it would get to that one. So,
Ain't that just the way?
I got too much going on. It's ridiculous. All right.
So Google, the written version of Google told me that December 18th, 2020 is the current target for the Dune release.
I can wait that long.
You're gonna have to, because I mean that's what it is.
It just doesn't really matter what you want, Aaron. That's what's happening.
You can, because you will, because no other options.
That's right. All right, so I'm going to take these pieces now. I'm going to just one by one. I still have to push all of them through. Push these through so they intersect the face. Let's see. All right. Now all of those faces intersect this piece right here. So I can come in here. I really am only concerned about where it hits this piece. These two lines right here are simple enough. So I'm just going to grab this, right click, intersect face with model. So that'll intersect everything in the whole model. And I can come back out of here, delete that, delete that. Cool.
Boom.
All right, I'm going to come in here now, take that straight across, and take this straight across. All right, now there's some stuff I want to do that I can't really think of how to do without using an extension. I guess I could just try shrinking it.
What's the worst that could happen?
Command S. Now there's nothing bad that can happen.
Perfect.
All right, so I'm going to take this piece, Option copy it in. Yeah, we'll do 1 inch. And then if I get rid of this, I might have to stitch that all the way around though. So I'd have to like loft that or draw these back in. Oops. You know, that's okay. Considering, like I said, no extension. And I don't know, that no extension thing's not coming from anywhere in particular. I was just wondering how far I could get before leaning on something like Curveloft or joint push pull. That was kind of cool. But this next piece, like, I don't know how. I guess I could take this. Man. Yeah, I don't know how to shrink that down and make it like, I guess I could take it into its own space I could make this a group, and then I could say scale it this way.
Oh, interesting.
And then scale it this way. And then
Clever.
scale it this way.
Ah.
And then I could explode that, intersect face with context. That breaks it.
Oh, Jono found a really good source for the big one, or the Harkonnen one. I don't know which one. One of those, the other.
For another one?
The one we're not modeling, unfortunately.
Oh, super. Thanks a lot.
But it's full-size prop. It looks pretty legit.
Yeah?
Oh, wait. Jono, actually, this might actually be a picture that Jono or his friend took. He said a friend of his actually worked on the movie.
Uh-oh.
Because this is the first I've seen this image.
Let's don't get anybody in trouble now.
But their face is scribbled out with red, with a little red marker, so it's good.
Okay. Well then, we're fine. All right.
So now I have to go back and look at Justin's to see if that picture is probably the big one. And I don't know. I sort of feel like probably they're all just more angular, and maybe you. I don't know. I don't know, man. Man, there's so many questions just up in the air.
Well, hopefully Chris has answers to them. Huh?
Let me see if I can ping Chris.
I got some Ornithopter questions.
We don't talk much, but I don't think he's posted any Dune stuff really, like just one vague picture. But like he doesn't post any of his concept stuff until
after the release.
Well, after the movie's out.
Yeah. That was kind of my thinking too, is like we probably won't actually see any of the stuff he did until after the movie comes out.
That's funny. So I've got this search for Christopher Rosewarne and Ornithopter, and I came across a Reddit post from a year ago that has just one of Rosewarne's pictures for Star Wars. But the top comment here says, "I'm looking forward to Thopters."
Proper Thopters, by the way.
Proper Thopters. Yeah,
that's right. Cool. Yeah, so that worked. Whew, no extensions. All right, I'm not going to do that for the door. That wasn't bad, but oops. That was not fun. So I think we can. I may refer or defer back to joint push pull to do the rest of this. Because what I want to do is I want to take this seal type, this thing right here, push that in a little bit, and then also take my pieces of glass and set them in a little bit. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and save. I think one of the extensions I remembered to install is joint push pull. Nope, it's not.
Dang it.
Well, just when I thought I had it all worked out. All right, well, I'm going to go grab it. Hold up one sec.
Wasn't there some sort of policy about installing plugins in the middle of a show?
Yeah, seems like that was something I said maybe minutes ago. but I believe I had an addendum there where I said I wasn't going to do it until I did. So,
and that's pretty much just the story of my life. So
we're there already.
Yeah. All right. So Mark has suggested that I can read some snippets from the book. I could just try and recite the fear mantra. What is that called? What is the
fear is the mind killer?
Yeah, but what does he call that? It's...
I don't know.
I thought it had a proper name. The litany against fear. That's what it was.
Ah.
Yep.
Well, so there's a question. I guess if you guys are here, uh, you're already interested in this whole Dune thing, but somebody asked the question based on what they saw in the trailer. They thought that it was really trying to appeal to people who are already Dune fans, as opposed to people who are, would want to see it as an awesome movie. Do you guys have any particular feel on that? Do you feel like they're catering to one group over another?
My opinion, just from watching the video, is it looks like there's a huge nod to uh, what's his name's version, to
Lynch?
to Lynch's version. There's a whole lot that feels very like he's trying not to upset what made Lynch's version so good without creepy Harkonnens, which makes me think that there's some appeal for both. Like they want to make sure they don't upset and maybe even have some nostalgia for the old school fans. I don't know. I saw somebody complaining that the color palette was too drab. I'm like, they live on
It's a desert.
on a sand planet. What do you want? What do you want?
What exactly were you expecting there? All right, so there's that seal. And I'm going to do the same thing for these two windows. I'm just using regular joint push-pull. I am not keeping the existing face, and I'll push that in probably even less. Yeah, less than an inch. Something like that. Oop! My face, my face! There we go.
Do we know? I guess I can just pull up the IMDb. Like who?
Got a weird thing.
Who's doing fade? Are we gonna have somebody wearing a bright blue underwear to do the fights for Fade Ralpha? I don't remember. I read the books. I didn't. My pronunciations will be a little wrong.
A little wrong. Well, as long as they're only a little wrong, if they're big wrong, we'd have some problems. But
exactly.
Uh-oh. I had some joint push-pull problems. Oh, man. It's all falling apart. There we go.
I do think Jason Momoa will be a good Duncan Idaho. I think he feels
Idaho-y?
Feels appropriate. Yeah.
Weird stuff happened here with joint push-pull, man.
I'm on my Google IMDb rabbit hole. I don't even know what you're doing over there. Singing done yet?
All right. Undo. I'm gonna undo a bunch.
Titus said, "What about using the sandbox tools? Maybe, huh?
That's a thought." So I was just trying to figure out what happened here. It created two lines for some reason. So I got this offset section here with two edges. So, oh, there it is. Okay, now I can see it. I was on the inside. Just had to come to the outside. Oops, too much. Too much. There we go. I did like seeing Dave Bautista in there. I did not realize he was in the movie.
Oh yeah, he'll be a good Beast.
The Beast,
that's for sure. He's
That'll
less
be interesting.
Well, I mean, the other guy's all pustulely and thinning red hair.
You know what's funny? I don't know if you guys remember the Robin Williams Popeye movie. It's a classic. If you're not in film studies, you probably haven't seen it. But that guy who played the Beast played Bluto in Robin Williams' movie.
Oh yeah, I can totally see it in my mind's eye here. Did you find that out recently, or is that just been?
No, I've always known that, and I just always thought it was kind of funny.
Nice. So the guy that's playing Beast in the new one also played what's his name from Guardians of the Galaxies?
Drax.
Probably didn't know that.
I
Drax.
did know that.
So Fade is not listed in the full cast and crew for the Dune movie. Is he not even in this? He's got to be in this.
That would just be silly.
I mean, no, yeah. I mean, he has to have the fight with Paul. I mean, that's like one of the big scenes. That's a big
No,
sort of.
that's not what I want to do.
Hmm.
All right, I got this to the point where I feel like this middle part's a little too chunky.
Chonky, we like to say.
Chonky, as Jody prefers to say. So I'm gonna push this in just a little bit. I like the dominess of the outside, so I don't want to limit that too much. But I did feel like that was a little too far away. That's better. All right. So now I'll take this.
Popeye movie. Thanks for throwing that back into my brain.
Yeah. Yeah, you keep your Dead Poets Society. I'll take Robin Williams and Popeye any day.
1980. Holy cow, that was 1980? Man. Well,
awesome.
So what made this movie so great was also I just watched the crap out of all the cartoons anyway. And now my kids they don't even know who Popeye is. They know about the spinach vaguely. That's it.
That's about right. Awesome.
Paul Smith. Huh.
Paul Smith. New Ghostbusters. Haven't they been hinting at that for like 2 years? Like since the female Ghostbusters came out?
Well, so it has a bunch of people from Stranger Things. We've got a trailer for it, which looks actually surprisingly, it looks good.
Yeah, and Paul Rudd. I like Paul Rudd. So
okay, so I guess maybe like yesterday was his birthday or recently, and so saw on the internet it was making the rounds that Paul Rudd is the same age that Wilford Brimley was in Cocoon.
That can't be right. No way. I refuse to believe that.
I mean, maybe if Paul Rudd just grew a big old handlebar mustache, mustache.
I'm fairly certain Paul Rudd is really close to my age, so that's why I have a serious problem with that.
He's 51.
So okay, it's not that close to my age. He's an old guy.
Yeah, 50. 50 is old now.
Oh! 50 is the new 45, man. Don't stress.
Yeah, I don't see really much of anything else that I would recognize Paul Smith from, though. But as I'm looking at his old picture, he's mostly, in my mind's eye, he looks less like Bluto and more like
the Beast.
Oh, he was in Red Sonja. Yeah, he was just a goofy looking dude, isn't he?
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, that's cool. Being goofy's awesome. A lot of people get paid a lot of money for that.
So Dave appears to have been injured by your 50 is old statement.
I retracted it.
Okay.
I took it back, Dave.
All right.
Denial of one's own reality is what was happening right there, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Just accept who you are. Just love yourself.
Oh, I did that bad. I did a bad job there. I'm not really too concerned about deforming geometry on this one, so since we're going for pseudo-organic. That looks cool. This one's right around here. Well, it'll be interesting. I always wonder, like, having basically a remake of something that has just such a committed cult type following. How that's going to go, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hey, where's that at? Question was asked
Okay.
by Ruged. What you got there in your left hand?
This right here is my 3D mouse. This one specifically is a Space Mouse Enterprise from the company 3D Connection. What a Space Mouse allows you to do is rotate your model in 3D space without having to use your regular mouse. So this does two things for me. Thing number one is it gives me nice, smooth animation. So, whoops. As I move around, I don't have like that jerky scroll wheel zooming that we get used to as SketchUp users. It actually gives me a much smoother movement through the model like this. The other thing that this does for me is it frees up this mouse while I'm moving in 3D space. So you can see as I'm spinning this around, I could be using this mouse to go get my next command or pull up entity info. I could do that while I'm moving through space. So it's great for presenters because it gives you a much nicer presentation because I can actually, like I was saying, spin around nice and smooth. For a designer, if you're looking at something to get you a little bit quicker, a little bit faster, it does that too. One of the nice things about the bigger space mice, like this one right here, is it has all of the shortcut keys right here where my right hand is, or left hand is. Normally, I do SketchUp like this, right? Do my zooming and everything with my mouse and then have my hand on my left hand here to hit shortcut keys. By taking your mouse over here, you lose those shortcut keys. So having these shortcut buttons here, there's something like all in, each of these buttons can be programmed with one command on click and another command on click and hold. So something like 40 some modifier or shortcut keys can be programmed over here. So it speeds the whole process up quite a bit when 3D modeling. Okay, so I think my initial shape of my ornithopter is there. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to get rid of this piece right here. I'm going to shift erase these lines right here. So I'll get nice, clean intersection between the two halves. All right. By doing this just means that I'll lose that line in the middle. So it'll look like it's one piece, even though I can keep it as two separate pieces. A lot of times when I model, there's a point at which I give up on the having two separate halves and just join them together. I don't think I'm there yet because I still think a lot of the work I'm going to do is going to involve doing both halves. So I got to do wings, which I want to do once. I only want to put wings on one half, so I won't break it apart yet. Also, if we do landing gear on here, I'd like to just put half the landing gear on if I can.
So Ashley, and I kind of agree with this, think that the side window looks like it's a little more bulbousy, has a little more bulge to it
I can
than
see
you're
that.
really getting.
We could do that.
It kind of, when you from the front, it kind of looks a little bit like a light cycle.
Ooh, it does. I don't hate that.
Yeah, no, there's certainly worse things to be compared to.
All right, same thing here. Shift, erase some edges. Yeah, maybe we can go. I believe I have something to do that with. All right, let's come in here. I come in here. I'm going to grab this and make it into a group and go into that group. Let's hide everything else. Delete that, and we'll just grab these lines right here. I'm going to save. And actually, I think I have soap skin and bubble.
Ooh. So something's going on Twitch, Aaron. It says video download was canceled.
Huh. Download?
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. I clicked the link to go watch it. It's a good thing we have people like Transom that are watching from multiple places or not watching from multiple places.
How about that?
Because not watching from Twitch. That's sad.
Wow, that's weird. Wonder if I can turn it off and back on again.
Well, I mean, we know that's the fix.
I mean,
That's
just Twitch, like not everybody.
Yeah. There's our cord. Wiggle it around.
Let me try unplugging and plug it back in again. Oh, there we go. Something's back.
I don't know where my link is. Where'd my window go? I'm gonna make sure that I agree with you when you say it's back.
Okay, please do, if you want.
I
I'm watching it. I'm watching it right now. So
I agree with you now. It works now.
Great, great. All right. So I was saying, I think I have Soap, Skin, and Bubble installed. I think, but the reason I rarely have it up is it has a habit of keeping the UI open even after I like to have it closed. Oh, I don't have it.
No.
I'm gonna break my own rule twice in one
Save your file before you install it.
Save. Wow. All right, let's go grab it.
What could go wrong? Nothing now.
Soap. If you guys have not seen Soap, Skin, Bubble, it is a great extension. Like I said, it bugs me sometimes that it doesn't seem to honor that you turn it off. So it always comes back. But it is a great extension for something like this. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to get rid of this and just grab these lines, and I'm going to skin those. I'm going to bump that division, maybe 15. There we go. I'm going to hit enter. It's going to stitch that all together. And then I'm going to grab it and I'm going to bubble it. Let's try 100. Does that look better? Let's try it. Ooh, that's definitely more bug-eye-y. Are you still with me, Jody? You're uncharacteristically quiet over there.
Shh. I'm trying to sleep.
Sorry, buddy.
I just got a message from someone that had a forum problem because apparently other people at work don't know that I'm busy.
Psh, rude. Okay, cool. Ooh, yeah, that's a nice. That is a nice profile right there.
It's got a good flow.
I like it. All right. Next thing I want to do, I want to put some wings on here and some landing gear.
Much better. She approved.
Awesome. That was for you. All right, so I'm going to come in here and I'm going to start with the sphere because what I'm picturing is like so these recesses right here would have like a spherical spot in there because the wings would have to be able to go, back and forth, not just like one. They'd have to move like a insect's wings do. Well, I can't help but compare it to a dragonfly because it looks so much like a dragonfly. So I think it would have to move on kind of a ball joint rather than just a single hinge. So I think what I'm going to do, well, I don't think, I know.
Oh, nice. Listen to that. Confidence.
I thought you were gonna say I don't think you know either. That was what I was honestly
Oh,
expecting, Jody.
oh, okay. Oh,
You
yeah,
dr-
I'm sorry, man. I
I
completely missed the chance to get a dig in on you.
I spoon fed it to you too.
Yeah, you even gave me the pause, everything. Maybe I should take a nap.
Okay, this might be that time. All right, I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna make it a group. I'm gonna temporarily group some stuff right now as I go in and make this happen. So I'm gonna look at my hidden. I'm going to totally making this all up right now. By the way, so option something like that. I'm gonna offset that twice. And I'm going to push this down just so it looks like there's more to it than, I don't want just to have like, I want this to be boring.
Now it sort of looks like you're creating a guild navigator ship. Speaking of boring,
They're the worst.
wasn't their ship like just a big ball with a thing trailing along behind it?
You know, it's been so long. I need to go watch, like, I've never seen, hey, let me throw this out for y'all. Have you guys seen the miniseries? Is that worth watching? I was a big fan of the David Lynch one. We talked about that. I was wondering if I should watch the miniseries, or is that like, meh?
I feel like the production, I mean, obviously the production quality was considerably lower. I can't, honestly, I can hardly even remember the series. It just is, it's, maybe it's a little milk toast. It was kind of meh.
Hmm.
But I feel like you should watch it if you're a fan.
All right, maybe I'll do that.
But how are you going to watch it? Where is it available?
Okay, maybe I'll try to watch it. How's that?
See, I'm going to ask the internet. Watch Dune, Prime Video, blah, 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 blah. Nope, that's the original. And it costs money.
Titus gave me a full-on meh.
Yeah, that's kind of how it works.
All right.
Oh, here we go. Where to find Children of Dune miniseries stream. It was a Sci-Fi Network, right? They actually are the ones that produced it.
That sounds right. I feel like Sci-Fi is showing on some streaming platform, aren't they? They have an agreement with someone.
Probably. Maybe.
I have no idea either. It's okay.
Yeah. So the miniseries is closer to the book, as Kai pointed out. But
see, that's why I'm wondering, because I hadn't read the book when I first watched the David Lynch one, so I didn't know what I didn't know. Now I'm older and wiser and more well-read by one book, and I'm just wondering.
Let's see, where to watch. Episode 1, Season 1, Episode 1. It was only 3-part. It was super short.
Three 1 hour, or is it 3 2 hour?
That's a good question. Holy cow. No, this is a link to friggin' tvguide.com from the year 2000.
Oh.
At some point, stuff on the internet it doesn't need to exist anymore.
They did do, I don't know if you guys remember that, but there was a TV release of like an expanded version of Lynch's Dune. It's like an hour longer or something. Which absolutely killed my wife, by the way. She has a hard time with movies that are longer than 90 minutes. So she hates Dune.
So I think I've got like the director's cut Blu-ray for it. But I don't know. You know how like since you watch the movie, then like for me, I read the movie, or I watched the movie and then I read the books, and so everything basically looked like the movie. And so
Oh,
at
in
this
your
point,
head?
I don't know what I read and then projected. I just mapped what it looked like, what it would have looked like if they made the movie.
Yeah.
You know, apparently nobody talks about this series.
Yeah, well, that's what I was kind of excited when I heard it was coming out. I didn't have a way to watch it when it came out. I don't have cable. We just stream stuff, so I was kind of surprised that it didn't. There was not a bigger deal made. All right, so I put some placeholder wings in. I don't know what exactly these should look like, but
oh, wait a minute. What? Children of Dune. You know who the main? You know who Paul was? It was
no.
freaking James McAvoy, Professor X. I did not remember that.
I did not ever know that. So
yeah, you can watch Children of Dune, but you got to pay for it on the Amazon. Is there Children of Dune and regular Dune? Kai, I think, called that out. Dune. I don't know. I'm interrupting you. You're busy doing some serious, impressive, major modeling right now.
No, I just put a shape in here. I don't know if this is actually, but I like the idea of being able to come in here and take these things. And let's see, we'll grab it by. So I can come in here and I can click right here. Raise this up like that. Yeah, I like that.
Oh, it's not actually on Amazon, but it says that it's 4 hours and 19 minutes long. So that must be the 3-part series.
Yeah, Dante was talking about the cut here. Looks like they're kind of angled out. I think that's just from cutting a hole into this shape. I kind of think we're getting that. It does look like there's like a lip around that hole though. So I'm just thinking
a flare.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the easiest way to do that. First miniseries was 3 times 90 minutes.
Okay. So your wife could watch 1/3 of that.
Nah, as soon as she sees the D word, she's out. So it's already like, nope. She's been scarred. She's out. Not gonna happen.
Would you say that Dune, at least the movie version, the theatrical version, was very polarizing? Is it a love it or hate it kind of thing?
It seems like that is true. Like from the people who I have talked to, it definitely seems like that's the case. Like, there's people who are like, yeah, it was a fun movie. Like, I haven't heard a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I saw it. It was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're like, oh no, I did not like that. I'll never watch that again. Whereas me, I'll probably end up watching my extended version Blu-ray tonight.
We've talked about it too much. Yeah. All right. So I copied this.
I can't find the series.
To make this lip, I copied the ball out of context into the context of this piece right here. So I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to scale it about the middle. I'm going to scale it evenly in every direction. Then I'm going to push it back in like this. And what I'm looking for is just, there we go. There we go. Now I got that lip against this piece.
So, okay, so I'm going to sort of challenge what you're doing with this design here because I'm just a jerk like that.
I'm happy to ignore your input. That's fine.
The way you're doing it looks like there's basically a ball joint, but in the actual reference image, it's flat, like it's not very deep.
Well, we don't know.
So,
see,
no, you can see it. You can see it in the reference photo.
Right, but that's the prop. Right?
What?
So there could be this might be taken off a flatbed truck and dropped, and they're going to come bring these things and plug them in. Because look, there's like 2x4s right there.
Okay. All right.
See what I'm saying?
Fine.
Did you buy that?
Like it's enough that I'm going to back off, I guess. I don't know.
All right. So,
as soon as you said 2x4, I was like, okay, I'm out.
Uh, I don't know. I was totally talking out of my, yeah. Same thing.
I think I just need to keep the. I agree with Kai that the wings are most likely CG on there anyway. But I
Yeah.
was just trying to figure out. Like it just doesn't seem like a ball joint is going to be able to flap as quickly as needed.
Well, most people would also
I,
say that you can't just command a person to do something they don't want to do and have them just do it. So if you're
unless they're Nike.
try to whip out facts.
Um, Also, every time I visualize those really fast flapping wings, I just think that it's a golden snitch. And maybe that's what you need to do is just have the wings wrap around, wrap around the copter
All right,
when they're not in use anyway.
I'm going to cut these. I'm going to come in here, edit, paste in place, explode. I want to get that seam around the edge, so I'm going to explode them. I'm going to grab these pieces right here, intersect face with selection, and then I can come back here and get rid of these pieces. And I can actually, I didn't explode that door. That door is still a group. Or the door, window on the door. All right, so that gives me something like that. Okay, okay. I'm all right with it. I'm all right with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pointed out. Maybe I should have offered Transom's suggestion earlier, but dragon and damselflies tend to have double wings.
Oh, 2 each, you mean?
Yeah.
Fortunately, I did make this a component, so
What?
it's like I was thinking ahead and knew that I didn't know what I was doing.
How out of character.
It's weird. I know, guys. I'm freaked out too. All right, so we could do something like this. Click right here. Come right up here. Like that. And then I'm going to go put one there. Take that right back here. You know, I was having problems. It was much more apparent last week. I was having some serious computer problems. And I thought I had it licked, but I'm starting to have problems again with some delay. And I'm seeing that once again, Chrome, let me close this tab, is using up 192% of my processor again.
Oh, I thought you had solved this.
I did too, but I guess not.
The good news is there's one less thing to try.
I guess that's good. I don't know. Let me try. I'm going to drop.
Titus also pointed out that dragonfly wings are not above each other. They're all just coplanar. Coplanar? In which case, who knows what's going on with this thing?
Yeah, I don't know. We're making things up. We're in an alternate universe right here. All right, let me grab. Let's pull that forward.
So you want to hear something tragic?
Not really.
Tenet, right? Which they're like, oh, we're only going to release in theaters, and it costs like $500 million to make or whatever.
Yeah.
Opening weekend only made $10 million.
I had read, I don't know if this was true or not, but I had read that none of the theaters that opened to show it made money. They all lost.
Right, yeah. Like they had to open up to show it,
Right.
and then they had to do so. They had so few, and so they're just talking about how that whole movie, whether it was good or not, which is another conversation, I guess. Uh, that whole movie is going to have a hard time like breaking even, if you will.
Ooh, that was kind of cool.
That
Hold
does
on, I'm
look
patting
cool.
myself on the back.
Oh, don't hurt your arm.
That would probably be how I would do it. Yeah. I like that. I think that was kind of cool. I know we're getting
Yes,
away from strictly Dragonfly at this point, but kind of a cool look.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. There's something that I just want there to. I want there to be something going on the tail. The fact that it's just kind of this tapered nothingness is just. I don't know why.
Hmm.
There's some part of me that thinks there needs to be more on the tail back there.
Oh, well, let's just do that then. We can do whatever we want.
It's true. It's our world.
That's right. Whoa, 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 whoa,
Go
whoa,
ahead
whoa!
with
Not
your
that
own
much.
life. Believe me. Oh, I like that. That's good.
I think that leading side had to be a little bigger. Oh yeah, I like that.
So how many browser tabs do you have open right now in Chrome?
One.
Well, I guess you should close down the extra ones.
Done. Yep. You are everything, Jody. You are my only tab.
Well, so okay, so if I'm on Google Chat, like so you close down Gmail, there's not like a separate instance of Gmail or something like that.
No, that's it. 100% is just meat.
I'm having a hard time processing the idea of Chrome with only one tab open.
It doesn't. It's never happened before. It turns out it can work that way.
Hmm. Do you? I mean, you're young, so maybe you don't remember. There was a time when tabbed browsing did not exist. There was no such thing as tabs.
I remember being on Windows and having to have multiple Internet Explorer instances running in order to have more than one thing open.
Having to have that's the saddest statement ever. Having to have Internet Explorer open, multiple copies of Internet Explorer
not,
open.
not just Internet Explorer. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna shoot from the hip here and make some landing gear.
Okay, so if you want to get a little inspiration, if you go look at the forum post, Kai had posted. You can kind of see a blurry version of my Ornithopter that I posted, and then Kai posted a couple. Oh yeah, actually, look at Jono's picture, which has got a great shot of
Wow.
what it would look like on the big one.
That is very cool. Yeah, see, what I had read is that Thopter that Jono and Kai posted was maybe the
Carry all.
Atreides Thopter. And
Um,
they're getting a way more military look, whereas the Harkonnens are getting a little more elegant look.
so, is there any reason to think there are Atreides and Harkonnen Thopters like they're different in this one? It could have just been a design decision. I don't remember them calling out a difference in the books, but there's
Yeah, I don't
a
I don't remember
lot
anything
I don't remember
specific, but
about the
it would
books.
make sense, right? Because they are different groups with different I don't know, priorities, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you consider the word ornithopter as just a generic catch-all for uh, flying vehicles.
Right.
I was reading the Wikipedia page or the Dune Wikia or whatever, that they're designed to actually even be able to go into space briefly, but primarily used for planetary travel.
You just have to hold your breath.
Yeah, probably. That's all it needs.
Oh, I may scrap this part. I apparently can do about an hour of modeling before this thing catches up with me. Can't even rotate. Can't animate. Ah!
That is curious. What if you bring up Activity Monitor and look at like really what's eating all your goods?
Yeah, I have Activity Monitor open right now. It's jumping from 130 to 212% of CPU for Chrome. Extensions are
And
closed.
the only thing Chrome is doing is
This meeting.
connecting you to me.
Yep.
This is my fault.
Well, I didn't want to be the one to say that, but we've been talking in the chat.
Maybe I'm talking too much. I'll be quieter.
Well, I have your video turned off too. So
Oh,
literally,
so
just audio is coming through, and it's taking 1.5 times my processors.
Do you know how to look at the, like go? What if you pull up the task manager for Chrome?
Oh yeah, it's this tab, live streaming. I have my extensions disabled. Yeah, it's. I was reading about it a little bit, and apparently this is not an unheard of issue.
What about if you turn off filter out sound that isn't speech? I'm sorry, everybody at home. You're watching us try and troubleshoot a problem. How fun is that?
Thanks for coming by. Well, here let's color this thing in, and then that might be it, because like a 3-second delay for just.
Well, we can just get all we can banter.
That's true. Yeah. Oh yes, we can. I want to get a little bit. I want to just be gray. There we go.
Gray.
Come in here. Grab the whole thing. Grab all, and then color. Woo, that was pretty close actually for just grabbing a color out of the wheel.
Boom. You got a real knack.
I got a thing.
Kingdom Architecture thinks that the spheres are too close together.
Yeah, they are a little close. But unfortunately, the ship has sailed at this point.
Stop trying to make that happen. It's not going to happen.
Unfortunately, I don't disagree with you, but I'd have to revert to fix that.
Maybe next week we try this on Safari or Firefox.
Oh man. All right, so I want to go back to that color and then just do a slightly darker version.
Dante posted a new image, fresh image. Dun, 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 dun. Let me refresh. Oh wait, I'm not seeing it. Oh, I've got to approve it. Look at me. Let me go do that. I have the power to approve things. Great. I approve it. All right, it's in there. See that? Yeah, it's a picture. It's a good picture of the beefy one. So now, yeah, I wonder. Maybe we're modeling the Harkonnen version, which looks less military and more bug-like. Maybe we should start a pool. Which one do we model? The Harkonnen version or the Atreides version?
What you're saying? What did we model?
Yeah.
Oh,
which version? Who would we see in the movie? Who is going to be flying this thing? Paul or Fade?
That's a good question.
Transome thinks this is the Atreides version. I guess actually, when I think you're right, if the Atreides Thopters all come from, heck, I can't remember what planet they originally came from.
The rich one.
But it was all water.
Yeah.
The what?
It was like
so it was lots of water. So dragonflies, I could totally see that being a design that works there.
Could make more sense. All right. Well, I am going to call it there, and turn the camera off and chuck my laptop out the window. I guess this is one of those times where it's been proven that maybe new hardware is not always better hardware.
Yeah. I
because
mean,
we had no
since you're
problem
using no
streaming.
extensions, I say we try this on Safari next week, and we try it on Firefox a week after that, and then
I'm going to suggest we do this before we actually get back on and live stream again. That's
no, this is fun. Everybody enjoys listening to us complain about hardware and whatever it is we're doing.
Oh man. That was definitely a cool model. It's fun. That was a fun model for sure. But
I think the best part about this whole process is the whole figuring out how to start, because you did that from an isometric view and managed to eyeball your way into a 2D version.
yeah, that turned out pretty cool. I like the way that the whole thing ended up. I mean, that's
Wait, were you going to try and make up some landing gear, or did you give up on that?
yeah. I'm having too much time,
It's
too much
too
struggle.
funky.
Yeah, it's like I can't even move in 3D.
So when we did this last time, you even restarted Chrome in the middle of the show, right? And it didn't
Yeah,
help.
yeah. So I'm gonna have to do some more invasive. Is that the term I'm looking for? I have to get my hands dirty.
Yeah. I mean, I feel sort of sad that everybody's only getting to really have an hour and a half of us. I mean,
I know.
that has to suck for them.
Well, if you want more, you can always come back on Wednesday, I guess.
Wink, wink.
No, I really do apologize, guys. I mean, the problem is, I use SketchUp all the time. I don't have meetings running all the time, so it sucks.
Beans.
Yeah.
Beans.
Yeah. So I've played a little bit with different browsers and that kind of thing, but man, it's still just. Yeah, Dante. So because Jody and I are in two separate places, he calls in via a call, so he can actually see my screen the same time that he's talking, because there is about a 10-second delay from what he and I are talking about from when you guys see it. So rather than have him on audio have that delay also, I am screen sharing with him. So the other option is we could try something besides Hangouts here to make this work, but yeah, and it definitely seems to build up. It seems to be pretty smooth in the beginning, and then just as time goes by, it gets worse and worse and worse. So, well, we made a Thopter. We definitely made something, so that's cool. Got that going for us. But yeah, so if you haven't seen the trailer already, check out the trailer for Dune. And if you want to hear a little bit about one of the guys who was a conceptual artist for Dune, swing by our Crowdcast page this Wednesday and hear from Chris Rosewarne. He's going to talk about, I don't know how much he'll actually be able to talk about Dune, but he'll be able to talk about some of his other stuff, which is awesome. James Bond, Marvel movies. He's got all kinds of stuff going back to like, what was that Matthew McConaughey Dragon movie? He worked on that. Doom.
What?
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey Dragon movie?
Yeah.
I thought we were going to talk about Dazed and Confused.
No, that's a different Matthew McConaughey movie. That's a good movie though.
We should try to get him to review this model and go or oh wow.
I'll do that. I'll bring this with on Wednesday, and that means I'll have to screen share. Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Maybe not. Maybe I take it back. In fact, Wednesday's canceled. I'm going to sleep.
All right, that sounds good. All right, so yeah, come hang out with us Wednesday, guys, and it'll be a good fun. We won't be live modeling, but you'll be seeing some models that Chris did, as well as some clips from movies that he worked on. So it's a lot of fun. I watched his presentation from 2018 Basecamp, and it was a blast.
Age of Fire?
Yeah, Reign of Fire.
Reign of Fire.
Yeah, that's what it was. It also had Christian Bale in it. A skinny pre-Batman Christian Bale.
Little Christian Bale. If you want to be really like see a real transformation, he played the part of a child in Empire of the Sun.
Was he a child at the time?
He was a child at the time.
So not as impressive as I thought, but awesome. All right, we're going to call it here. Thank you guys so much. I will throw this up on 3D Warehouse. So if anybody wants to play with it some more, fix what I got wrong or otherwise modify it, that would be super awesome. You guys have an awesome weekend, and hopefully we'll see you all on Wednesday.
See you guys.